When you're studying for the NCE, one of the major categories is careers. My name is Joyce Elder. I'm one of the coaches at Academic Coaching for World Changers under the expertise of our founder, Dr. Pam Turner. In this short video, we'll be covering one of the major career theorists, Dr. John Holland. Dr. John Holland had an interesting career path himself. He started out as a laborer, and then he moved into advertising executive work. When World War II started, he went into the Army, and he had a number of responsibilities in that capacity. He did some work in career interviewing. He did some paralegal work. He also did some test proctoring as well as some other test administration type of work. It was during his time in the Army that he started to develop some theories. And when he left the Army, it was at that point that he went and pursued his master's and PhD in psychology. So let's take a look at some of the things that he is best known for, including RIASEC, the assessment instruments, and also the Dictionary of Holland Occupational Codes. RIASEC is category is 6 different categories or personality types. If we put all the combinations of these 6 categories together, then we come up with 720 different personality types that we can now link or match up with different work environments or occupations. In order to do that, he also went on to develop the self-directed search and the vocational preference inventory as assessment instruments for that. Other people followed suit with the use of instruments based on RIASEC, including the strong interest inventory and the career assessment inventory. And the most important part is being able to link the personality types we identify in RIASEC with the different occupations, and that's what we use the DHOC or the Dictionary of Holland Occupational Codes for. So RIASEC is by far the most overwhelming and confusing of all of those. So let's do a deeper dive into that. With RIASEC, he had the 6 categories that we'll get into in a moment, but he also talked about congruence, differentiation, identity, and consistency. Altogether, these are factors that go to our decisiveness, as well as our productivity, satisfaction, and stability in the workplace. Congruence has to do with the extent to which our personality matches our work environment. Differentiation has to do with how well people match each personality type. And what that really means is that if you take an assessment that is based on RIASEC, you're going to get 6 different scores, 1 for each of the 6 categories. It's possible for you to score as high as 32 in any one of those. If you score highly in one and very low in others, then you're said to have differentiation. If, on the other hand, all of the scores are hovering together, then it's said to be undifferentiated. You may also see differentiation in terms of visually. If you look at the Holland hexagon, you may notice that it might be narrower in terms of width, or it may be shorter in terms of its height. And that is also an indication that of lack of differentiation as well. Identity is how clear and stable our view of our career goals is. And the consistency is how the closer the types are to each other, the more that they have in common. So let's take a look at that with a deeper dive into each of the categories. Starting with realistic. These are the people that are great with their hands. They have the coordination to be able to hit that baseball when it comes across the plate, and they are very capable of working with heavy machinery, loud machinery. They like to get tangible results. They are able to work with the tools and loud machinery partly because they are not strong in communication. They are not all that interested in people, but they are interested in animals and things. They also can be assertive and competitive, but also loyal and practical. So this translates to some of the occupations such as a construction worker, somebody who is out in all kinds of weather, hammering away to frame a house or build some of those tall skyscrapers. There we go. They may be a handyman or a carpenter. They may be a vet tech in the back, somebody who owns or works at a repair shop, or even a sports professional. The fact that they are not strong in communication makes them consistent or good neighbors with the investigative type. The investigative type is specifically not strong in their persuasive skills. They are, however, very intellectual. They are strong in math and science, and so they're very good at creative problem solving. They tend to be very reserved. They prefer to work alone, but they will observe and also evaluate. So they make strong computer programmers, rocket scientists, engineers, and professors. The fact that they are creative problem solvers makes them great neighbors with the artistic person. That creative word just perks up the ears of any artistic person that we know. They are more interested in creativity for the purpose of self-expression. They enjoy the abstract, the intuitive work. They have unique perspectives, and that allows them to come up with some innovative ideas. So as a result of that, when we put all that together, that makes them great designers, possibly in fashion or in interior design. They also make great musicians, writers, editors, and actors, and also directors as well. The artistic person has that creative self-expression, and that expressiveness makes them great neighbors with the social person. The social person, oh my gosh, the social person is expressive for the purpose of impact. They want to help people. They are very people oriented. They're very outgoing, welcoming, and willing to serve or help others. So some of the occupations you may see them starring in are teachers, counselors, nurses, daycares. You may see them helping at a rehabilitation center or a daycare as well. The social person is great neighbors with the enterprising person because of the fact that they do like that communication. They are strong in that. And the difference between them and the enterprising type is that the enterprising person is not as much interested in the helping aspects as they are the fact that they enjoy persuasion and leadership. They're very confident, they're very assertive, they are not risk averse, and they are strong in making decisions. They're also the type of people that are going to be the ones who are going to get us started on all those projects. And so some of the occupations we may find them in are sales, attorneys, managers, politicians, as well as fundraisers. And then we have the conventional person who is very organized and structured. They are almost the realistic version, but the office version of the realistic. So they'll work with the office tools of the photocopier and the 10 keys, the calculators, the computers. They are the administrative assistants, the accountants, bank tellers, statisticians, and project managers. So like the realistic person, they like to have things be detail oriented. They are interested in the tangible outcomes. They do not want the abstract of the artistic. That's one of the things that makes them opposites. Similarly, the realistic person is opposite from the social in that they are not strong in communication, where the social person really is strong in that. And the investigative person is good neighbors with them, we said, because of they're not solid in persuasiveness, and that's what makes them opposite of the enterprising type. So you can see how when we put all this together, the ones that are neighboring all have something in common, and they also have something that makes them opposite the part of the hexagon that they are furthest away from as well. So this has been a short video on John Holland. We talked about all of the 6 categories of realistic. We also talked about the different ideas of consistency and congruence, identity, that all come together for the RIASEC theory. We also talked about some of the assessments that are based on RIASEC, as well as the Dictionary of Holland Occupational Codes that allows us to match the personality type with those occupations. Thanks for watching, and best of luck on your exam.